Welcome back to Fireant Fishing, and this is my completed John boat to bass boat conversion. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start with the trailer. I started off by sanding everything down, knocked off all the rust and dirt that was on it, hit it with a couple coats of primer and a couple coats of semi-gloss spray paint, added new boards, carpeted them. It's got new lights, new tires, new winch, new chain. Everything on this trailer is new except for the jack. I really like this trailer. It's easy to load and unload the boat. Moving on to the rear of the boat. Pushing this thing is a Minn Kota 24 volt 80-pound thrust Traxxas trolling motor. Very happy that I went with the 24 volt. Powering this thing and the front trolling motor are two Interstate Deep Cycle 4D batteries. Each one of these is a 12 volt battery connected to run a 24 volt system, and after a full day on the lake, these things were still charged at 79%. These aren't going to be for everybody. Each one of these weighs about 117 pounds. For the bilge pump, I'm running an Atwood S750. This thing is activated by a float and or a switch. Up here for the co-angler, I have a Lowrance Mark IV HDI. In this first rear compartment, we have a 16 quart cooler. Keeps drinks in, any food that I need to keep cold. In this other rear compartment, we have my fuse box and another 12 volt battery. I mounted everything inside this Rubbermaid container just to keep it waterproof. This is the battery that is used to power all the electronics, the LED lights, the graphs, and all the pumps. This hatch is where I have all my plumbing for my live well. You close off one end to aerate the live well, and then you can close off the aerated end, open up the other end, and that is how you get water out of the live well. I also have a little bracket here for my voltmeter and charging switch, so that I can charge like a phone or a camera off of the switch panel. And there's also an aerator timer. These next two hatches are dedicated to the live well. This is a Misty Harbor 23-gallon live well. Got it from GreatLakesSkipper.com. It is definitely big enough to hold 5 fish in. Finished off the live well hatches with the VT2 system by New Pro Products. We didn't have the fish in here long enough to really test these things yet. I can say that they were very active when we were trying to get them out. And also when I got home from the lake, the live well was bone dry. Next up we have a switch panel. The switch panel I went with has 8 switches on it. Right now I'm using only 3 switches. One is for my underdeck light, one is to pump water into the live well, and the other one is for my bilge pump in the back. When you activate the switch, an LED light pops up in the back letting you know that it's on. And also you have a few different ways to charge your phone, and it's also nice to have the voltmeter back there. Right next to it, I decided to put in a tackle web system. It's a great way to keep everything in one spot, keep it boat clean. Over here on the other side, in the first rod locker compartment, this is just a little storage area where I can keep my line, some towels, some extra tools. Also, with being a redhead, keeping some sunscreen in there is pretty nice. Right next to that hatch, we have the rod locker. I'm also able to keep my net in here. There's also an oar mount that I made out of scrap aluminum and then just hit it with some plasti dip. And then up on the hatch door, I just made a quick system to keep all my jigs on. I know you guys don't know this about me because I've never made a fishing video before, but one of my favorite lures to throw is the jig. This is one of my favorite add-ons because everything is visible right there. I can see it, I can get to it real quick. So in this main compartment in the first hatch, this is just where I was keeping all my hard baits and terminal tackle. The next hatch is just where I was keeping some snacks. And for the hatch underneath the foot control, I don't have anything there yet, but there's just extra space there. In the other compartment, in the first hatch, this is just where I keep the soft plastics that I go to all the time. The next hatch is filled with soft plastics as well, also some extra reels and my JJ's Magic. And then the last hatch in this compartment is where I was keeping my rain gear. My bibs and my jacket fit down in there very nicely. Up front, I'm running a Humminbird Helix 7 G2. Didn't mess around with it a whole lot out on the lake the other day, but as far as finding structure and depth, it was amazing. And the little bit of a bigger screen was really nice to look at too. In this last hatch up front, that's where I'm keeping my life jackets and my throw. Now on the other side, the thing that I haven't shown you guys yet, I decided to go ahead and put on the 24 volt bow mount trolling motor. This is a Minn Kota Edge 70 pound thrust trolling motor. Extremely happy that I went with the 24 volt right away. That 45 pound up front wouldn't have done anything. So I'm really glad that I went ahead and upgraded this. And of course, mounted on the bottom is the Hummingbird transducer. The seats I got at Bass Pro. I got a folding seat for the back and a butt seat for the front. We didn't really use them when we were on the water. They're mostly just here for looks. I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of use out of them. I just wanted to say thank you for commenting suggestions, telling me when I was doing something wrong, and all these videos. Like, my boat would not be what it is right now if it weren't for you guys, so I do appreciate that. There's a big handful of you guys who have been following me on this project from the beginning, and I'm very happy to show you guys that it's completed today. Any of the links for any of the products that I used on this boat will be in the description below. The VT2 system, the live well, the latches, the struts, everything. It's all going to be in the description. Also, thank you to Michael Lopez for helping me out and also starting the TB Nation on Facebook. Tons of great ideas and people coming up with some really cool things. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to go check out TB Nation on Facebook. Another thank you to JDS Outdoors. I know I was bugging the crap out of him when I was trying to get all my electrical stuff figured out. So he was able to help me with every question. I do appreciate that. My buddy Jeff from Burning Reels Fishing, go check out his Instagram. He's the one that took this out with me on its first journey. We're about to be doing a lot of fishing together. He's got a bass boat. We're going to be on some bigger lakes. So if you're interested in seeing any of that, go check out his Instagram. I also apologize for not getting a lot of footage when we took this thing out the other day. I had huge plans for this video to like debut it by the lake and everything, but we got to the lake and I just wanted to enjoy it. I hope you guys understand that. I just wanted to fish and enjoy my boat. So that's exactly what we did. Don't worry, I'll show you guys how this thing sits in the water, what it looks like, how it rides. So that pretty much completes the tour of my boat. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for future content. Thanks for watching.